Okay, I had to show this, something I've noticed, and then I'm going to show another thing. This second thing I'm going to show, you can see it up over here. Emma Corrin, because I was looking her up. I was watching a Black Mirror episode, and I thought this woman looked familiar. In fact, she looked like she was the one that was in Deadpool and Wolverine, right? I forgot her character name, but she was sister to Charles Xavier, right? And sure enough, I looked it up and looked up her wiki on my phone, and I noticed some things, and it's something I've noticed in Elder Scrolls Online, that it wasn't like this before, and they started doing it, and a few years or so, a little bit over a few years, like more like 4 years ago, 3.5 to 4 years ago, I was talking to a friend about this. I've brought it up before, but I just want to bring it up again. And he said, so now the way it's going to be said is this way. And he said, see, now you're making fun of it. Of course it's not going to be like this in sentences. Well, first I'm going to show this. The article here is middle schoolers' reading skills are declining, new report finds, right? A recent report from NWEA found that middle schoolers are showing a noticeable decline in reading abilities. The findings surmise that this is part due to lack of in-person instruction during the pandemic, which affected elementary-aged students' ability to read crucial literacy skills, right? Yeah, and here I am making mistakes of my own, but I mean, hey, this just sounds bad. This sounds like they're struggling. I'm not struggling, it's just a lot of it has to do with, when I'm playing role-playing games, it's hard to read sometimes, and the font, stuff like that, but which affected elementary-age students' ability to learn critical literacy skills. Experts suggest parents... give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? Okay, according to the report, the pandemic may be to blame for some of this. After all, many kids who are in middle school now missed in-person school during elementary school. What? Many kids who are in middle school now missed in-person school during elementary school. That's what it was. See, when key reading skills are taught. But the pandemic isn't the only factor at play here. Notes the researchers and the other experts we connected with. Here we'll unpack what the researchers uncovered, what factors are influencing middle school literacy problems, and how teachers and parents can help kids develop and hone their reading skills. Right? What parents need to know. Says that above all else, she hopes this raises awareness about declining reading abilities among middle schoolers and underscores that fact that building literacy skills, I have to say again, the squeaking, see, this is my footrest, okay? So I apologize for that. I'm just really sorry. It's just how it is, the padding. Underscores that fact that building literacy skills is a process that isn't over when your child first learns to read. No, that's why I always read a lot, when it comes to RPGs. I love, like in Daggerfall and Morrowind, there's a lot to read, right? So, and I have no problems with that. The highlight of the report is that learning to read is an ongoing journey that does not end in elementary school. Is that Doherty? Doherty says, middle school students are still learning to read, which with a focus on more complex texts, decoding words with more than 2 syllables, building knowledge and vocabulary, and reading fluently, right? But yeah, sometimes I know I struggle with some words. It's just, I'm really sorry. I was a much better reader before, I have to say. But I try to keep up with practice. Switchblade with a little switch to switchblade. The switch from a 6 to a 16-inch blade. The shit's like a samurai sword, a sensei, right? Fill him with the venom and eliminate him. Other words, a Minuteman. I might have want to hurt him, but they did him in a fitty rage. A murdering again. A body reliving and fill him in the motherfucking bodies and like obliterating thing and send a renegade again and I make anybody who wanted with a penetrate. Yeah, but yeah, fuck that up, right? Like a dope fiend opening up a bottle of dopamine. You're just hoping you don't get roped by the throat for you choke anything. Owens just think how dope it could be if it smoked anything. Whoa, there goes the bell, the sound of the opening ding. It hit you as hard as barbiturates in the ribs with the switch and stitch you at the same time before you can flinch to it. My dick is so big, if I add another inch to it, you would swear when I raped you that you was actually into it. I'm not a baller, but you can bet your fucking bottom dollar that I remember when I was without a dollar bill in my wallet and I watched me kill a koala while I'm all a chihuahua, but I'm a pillow for Paula, like let me holler at you mama. It's like I'm off the bomb when they bring the fucking drama. Used to bomb me like Saddam, but now that I'm a little calmer, I'm a fucking cross between Osama, Obama, and Dalai Lama, Somali, right? Full-blooded pedigree, prize fighter special breed. My flow's slow, the sick got special needs. I'm taking Ritalin, maybe even Adderall. 4 bars from me will probably kill your whole catalog. 16 will make Deborah Lee cut the channel. All right, enough, sorry. But those are just songs, rap songs also that I'm just a fan and I memorized. In other words, students need continued instruction and support in all of these aspects of literacy and reading, both in school and at home. Doherty emphasizes that this report shouldn't cause panic, but rather arm you with information that empowers your approach. See, I read better after I do that. I get the words out. I don't know. I'm really, it's pretty fucked up. But I don't think parents need to be worried, Doherty says. Fuck, I didn't mean to. I keep hitting the goddamn. I do think parents need to be aware that their child needs ongoing reading instruction. Now, okay, you get the idea. Part of me kind of blames this, and I know this is a new, because they have this pronouns thing, right? The way, now there's pronouns, they, them, she, he, all that. To me, they should not mess with it. It's perfectly fine. You have people that have their own kind of taste and want to be the way they want to be. I have no problem with that. That's perfectly fine and perfectly cool that people are just whatever they want to be and gay, straight, whatever, or bi, or just want to do everything out there that lives and breathes, whatever. That's perfectly fine. There's no problems with that, but they shouldn't mess with the English English language, and they're doing this in like the description for spells in Elder Scrolls Online. Emma Louise Corrin is an English actor, right? They portrayed Diana, and I got confused at first when I'm reading this. What the fuck? They portrayed Diana, and I'm just continuing to read, Princess of Wales, in the 4th season of the Netflix historical drama The Crown, for which they won a Golden Globe. I'm just continuing to read, and were nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award. They subsequently starred in the 2022 romantic drama films. Now, it has a different feeling, right? And maybe even context, or I don't know the word for it, but by the way, she was in Nosferatu. She was the friend that the Dracula character, I can't remember his name now, was leeching off of her, and she eventually died. But now I'm going to read this again, but the way it was before all of this pronouns thing, began. Emma Louise Corrin is an English actor, right? She portrayed Diana, Princess of Wales, in the 4th season of the Netflix historical drama The Crown, for which she won a Golden Globe and were nominated. It's much more understandable. She subsequently starred in the 2022. When I was reading the Elder Scrolls description, which was the first time I noticed that, I was getting a little confused. I read it like after the second time. I see what's going on here. It took me a second time, but I see, and then I remember this whole thing about, how they were adding a new NPC that was a non-binary or something, and I just put two and two together, and I got it. And I said it several months ago, maybe even a year ago, that this isn't like, okay, it's not like whether it's I don't know the thing for it, whether it's like honoring the gays and the lesbians and the non-binary people. It's not honoring them by wording things like this. They portrayed and they subsequently starred. It's not honoring them in any way. It is just bad grammar. And I put that in a post. I think now it's just bad grammar. And it is just bad grammar. You can still be gay, lesbian, non-binary, and all of that is perfectly fine. This has existed long ago, and for my time, 80s, 90s, this is nothing new for me. It was all in my time. But you don't have to rewrite the English language now to be like this. And then that, I think, contributes to this, and I'm not liking where this is going. I thought it was just maybe a fad, a phase, and it's just gonna pass. But the rewriting, you look at your old books, it's not like that. They would say he, she, but yeah. Well, I just wanted to make this video talking about that, and because I noticed this, and I just feel as if maybe there's it's maybe not directly connected, but it kind of maybe contributes, to that. So that's just my 2 cents on that. I feel as if there's no need to rewrite the English language or any language to accommodate this. Okay. Oh well, no disrespect or anything, it's, like I said, it's perfectly fine, but you don't have to be whatever your preference is, but you don't have to rewrite everything, Okay.